What is the best drinking water? Distilled or spring water? Keep watching and find out. Hey friends, so welcome back to my channel, my space, my room, Essence of Earth. And over here we're talking all things that are going to help you improve the quality of your life. So if you're down with stuff like that and we've got to be friends, go ahead and subscribe, click the notification bell, like it, put a comment, because I know you got trust in me. But anyways, let's get into it. So if you're here, there's so much controversy around what's the best type of drinking water, and we have all these types of waters and all of these creators talking about, oh, this is bad, or this is bad, or this is acidic, or this is not good, and this is what you should take, and all these companies adding stuff to the water. What the heck? It's just so much going on. What should you do? What should you drink? Let's define the two. So distilled water is any kind of water that's been set to a certain temperature in which vapor would start to rise. That vapor is then immediately cooled, and the byproduct of that is distilled water. Boom shakalaka. Now, on the other hand, there's spring water. So you think about the water in the spring from like the mountains, or you see the beautiful crystal springs and you're like, oh, that's so nice. And it's the perfect drinking water. And how this happens is because there's underground aquifers that push water up to the top, and as it is being pushed up through the top, through the layers of earth underneath, not only is it being filtered, but it's also grabbing hold and holding on to some of those essential minerals and electrolytes that is found in spring water. What we all want to know, what is the best kind of water to drink? Both types of water serve a purpose. We have distilled water, goes through this distillation process, but in this distillation process, not only are impurities removed, but also a lot of the essential minerals and electrolytes is taken out of it, which makes the distilled water considered hypotonic. But here is the beautiful thing about a hypotonic solution. So when we drink the distilled water, it causes the cells to pull in the water very quickly. Why? Because the body's job is to maintain balance, homeostasis. Inside of the cell, there are electrolytes, potassium, sodium, there are electrolytes there. And when we bring in a solution that is void of electrolytes, the cells are like, hey, we have to balance this out. So it's going to aggressively pull that water into the cell. So distilled water does increase hydration very quickly. So when would you want to drink distilled water? You would want to drink distilled water when you are detoxing. It's going to pull the water into the cells. It's going to help with the elimination of these toxins. I love to use distilled water when I'm using my teas, when I'm doing enemas and stuff like that. So I use distilled water in those cases, because obviously you want to be able to bring whatever that is that you're putting into the distilled water into your cells. So it serves its purpose. Now, the problem with distilled water is if you're using distilled water on a daily basis and you don't have a diet that consists of the essential minerals and electrolytes that your body needs on a daily basis, that is when distilled water starts to deplete your minerals, because like I said, it's a hypotonic solution. It has nothing in it. If you're going to drink it daily, you can add some sea salt. Now make sure that you do much research on the company that you pick, because some companies aren't ethical in how they source their sea salt, and you don't want to be consuming in heavy metals. Add some sea salt to the water, and that way you can kind of circumvent the system. Now, on the other hand, while spring water is absolutely amazing, it has some minerals, essential minerals and things like that, but it is not going to aggressively hydrate the cell, because there's minerals on the inside and the outside. While there is some hydration, don't get me wrong, you can be hydrated with spring water. It's just not as aggressive. It doesn't really permeate the cell as quickly as distilled water because of how it is hypotonic. So those are the differences. Which water are you going to be drinking? Are you going to be drinking both of them? What you going to do? How you going to do this? Okay. But either way, we want to make sure that we are staying hydrated depending on how we're living, what our occupation is, how much sun we get. You know, all of that matters. Drinking at least 4 water bottles a day if you live a sedentary life, and more, and drink more if you're active, you're working out, you're in the sun. That is the difference between distilled water and spring water. And I hope this helps you out. Smooches, bye.